Yes, yeah, it is visible. You can start now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Asari Bhavyang, and today's my topic is about a stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness is a style of technology of writing that tries to capture the natural flow of character extended through the process, often by incorporating sensory impression, incomplete ideas, unusual syntax, and rough grammar. Stream of consciousness writing allows the reader to listen in on a character thoughts that the technique often involves the use of language in unconscious way in an attempt to replicate the complicated pathway that thought take as they unfold and move through the mind. In short, it is the use of a language to mimic the streaming nature of conscious thought. Stream of consciousness can be written in the first person as well as the third person. Stream of consciousness is consciousness writing is associated with the early 20s modernist movement. The term stream of consciousness originated in psychology psychology before the literary critic began using it to describe a narrative style that despite, however, think a stream of consciousness is used primarily in fictions and poetry, but the term has also been used to describe a play and a film that attempt to visually represent a character thought. What makes a stream of consciousness different? Syntax and grammar, association, repetition, plot structure. First is syntax and grammar. Stream of consciousness writing does not usually follow ordinary rule of a grammar and a word order. This is because the thought of often not fully formed, or they change a course in the middle and become run on sentence, or they are interrupted by another thought. So grammar and syntax can be used to replicate this process in a way that are grammatically or a syntactically correct, but that nonetheless feel accurate. Writer of stream of consciousness often use a punctuation in unconventional way. And second point is about association. Stream of consciousness is also makes us of associative thought. In this style of writing, writer transist between ideas using a loss connection that are often based on a character personal experience and memories. The idea is that this technique helps writer convey the experience of human thought more accurately than they could by using a series of idea connected with a clear logical transition. Associated through thought can seem random as it leaps from one thing to next with the help of only ambiguous or seemingly non-existent connection, even as it can also feel similar to actual random leaps that are a part of a people everyday thought. As an example, character thoughts are often presented to the reader in a response to sensor impression fragment means observation describing what the character sees, hear, smell, feel, and taste. Repetition. Repetition. Writer might use the repetition to indicate that the character keep coming back to, or is fixed on a certain thought, or or sensory impression. Repeated word and phrases can act as a signpost, pointing a reader towards a significant theme and motive. For an example, if a character mind is constantly returning to the scent of a woman's perfume, the reader might conclude that the character is fascinated by or attracted to this. Then fourth is about a plot structure. Some writer may also choose to arrange a event out of a chronological order, or to give a reader detail about the past thought character memories. In the Sound and the William Faulkner convey many important event and detail through the memories that arise as a part of a different character stream of consciousness. Many writers who employed a stream of consciousness also experience with a structure incorporating element multiple unreliable narrator or non-linear plot structure. Stream of consciousness in the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock by T.S. Eliot. Modernist poet T.S. Eliot used a stream of consciousness in his famous poem The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I grew old. I shall wear the bottom of my trouser rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to a pitch? I shall wear white flanned trouser and walk upon the beach. I have heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. This is written by T.S. Eliot in his poem The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. So in this poem, he shows that the interior monologue of Prufrock, the emphasize the satirical tone of Eliot and his concern for the loss of individuality and identity, the loneliness and distance of society. And James Joyce and a stream of consciousness. James Joyce was born at 2nd February 1882, and he was died at 13 January 1941. He was an Irish novelist, short story writer, poet, teacher, and a literary critic. A writer from Ireland wrote his masterpiece Ulysses, which serves as a landmark in the modernist literature. He is the earliest and the best known practitioners of a stream of consciousness. The study would focus on two of the Joyce's novel, which epitomized his signature stream of consciousness prose style. Portraits of an artist as a young man, which is also an autobiographical novel of Ulysses. For Joyce, his fiction is marked by a moment of intense realization when his characters study discover truth about themselves and are given a moment of intense insight. For an example, in Araby, the teenage protagonist, having a developed and neutral his love for the shapeless Mengan's sister, is suddenly forced to realize the shallowness of his love and how stupid he has been. Virginia Woolf and stream of consciousness. Virginia Woolf is considered one of the prominent writer who is recognized as the most important feminist writer of all the time. Used the stream of consciousness technique to great signifies in his work. She is a writer who is known for his final treatment of problem of love and loneliness. Her novel "To Lighthouse" will be dealt with this study. For Woolf, on the other hand, her fictions her fiction feature moment of or important, which she defined as follow: examine for a moment as a ordinary mind on ordinary day. The mind receives my read impression, travel fantasy, inventions on in and engraved with the shapeness of steel from all the side. They came in ancient shoes the innumerable atom, and as they fall, as the shape themselves into the life. The importance of stream of consciousness technique in the modern literature. The role of stream of consciousness is in a literature is typical as a character study. It is a purpose innovated in the modern prose style. The modernist writer such as a Wolf uh, and her contemporary wanted their work to reflect a life in its complete authenticity, mirroring the universal human experience. Hence, is the study would try to locate how far these novelists have succeeded in achieving it. The character is not speaking to the audience in this literary device as he or she is in the monologue, but is rather speaking to himself. Here you can see the references, and thank you.
Yeah, okay, you can stop sharing. And questions to Bhavyang?
Hmm. What do you mean by stream of consciousness?
It is a narrative style that tries to capture characters through process in a realistic way. It is an interior monologue, but it is also more than that.
Hello, Bhavyang. My question is, can, can we write stream of consciousness in the third